And next we have The Land of Trademark Online, written by N.P. Chekhov, or if you put the letters together, NPC. It's titled A Game Lit Parody of Lit RPG. So it's actively a parody. It is 606 pages. It is $4.99. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. And here's the author's description. Deuce's life took an unexpected shift when he found himself connected to a virtual fantasy world filled with authors as players. A genetic defect has some unexpected results in his transition, and he's now facing a world more vibrant and dangerous than anything he's come across in his previous life. He did not understand how far in over his head he was until he entered the Kongdom and realized that gnoks watched his every move. If you have problems with parodies, satire, making fun of RPG authors, mutants, cannibals, harems, depravity, dirty jokes, clean jokes, puns, making fun of face drum, fun times, mouth-dropping moments, oh crap, hidden scenarios, or daddy issues, walk away. Again, let me emphasize parody and satire, and apologize ahead of time if I didn't make fun of you. You dodged a bullet this time. And yeah, there's some quotes there, but basically that's what it is. Warning, I should warn you in advance, there are some graphic sexual scenes in this story. I wasn't actually expecting that from it, and there's no like warning there, so just letting you guys know if you read this that there's actual sex and the sex scenes and the graphic part of that is making fun of like harem aspects. So just FYI. Okay, this is mostly just a parody and satire of lit RPG. It makes fun of just about every well-known lit RPG author, insider Facebook drama, genre tropes, and a lot of other stuff. So while the story outside of that aspect is still lit RPG and there are RPG mechanics here, the big draw is going to be the parody and the satire. Like I said, literally half the fun of the story is seeing if your favorite author or your least favorite author is here, and if they're being made fun of and how they're being made fun of that. Like literally that was like half the fun for me. I was like, oh, I know that guy, I know that person, and that lady. Oh, I remember that incident, and just like enjoying that aspect of it. So if you like, I don't want to say drama, if you like gossipy stuff, you're gonna love this, and you like RPG. If you just like, you're okay with like seeing your favorite authors, at least favorite authors being made fun of, or like just these situations, you're gonna enjoy this as well. If you don't read this. Like this is not gonna be enjoyable for you if you don't like those aspects of it. Full disclosure, I take a hit in this story as well, and it's perfectly okay with me. I personally feel like parody and satire are some very important aspects of like criticism, and they reflect public perception of events, though exaggerated and lambasted. I legitimately know authors that are not going to enjoy this. I actually know authors who are really mad about some of the things and how they're portrayed in the story. But I'm like, personally, the story made me pause and think about some drama that has been directed towards the podcast. And that means that the story did its job. Like if it makes you stop and think about your place in a group or a culture, or it makes you think about how other people see or the events of a public reception of them, then that parody and satire has done its job. It's supposed to make you think. It's supposed to make you, especially if you're the one parodied, it's supposed to make you stop and think about, like do some self-analysis of it. And this one did that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with how I run the podcast. So I'm definitely okay with being lambasted for some things. Other parts of the story, I really just like sat back and laughed at the humor and the depictions of people who are, some of them are my friends. And I'm like, oh, that he'll like this part. He'll be super entertained by this situation. Other people are like, ooh, he's probably not gonna like that. And it's not my story. So there you go. Overall, I think the story will most appeal to people who have some kind of knowledge of the Facebook drama and have their favorite or least favorite authors being depicted. Outside of that, though, I don't know that it's going to be as appealing to like general readers who aren't involved in the community, who don't have authors that they like want to see if they're picked out or not. But for me, I had a good time with it. I thought it was there's some very funny moments in here, and so it was entertaining. So for me, it gets a score of 7.3 out of 10. That's The Land of Trademark Online with a score of 7.3 out of 10.